Okay, so we have rendered this out, and let's go find this rendering and take a look and see what we're going to do. I'm going to go over to our renders page. There we go. There's our rendered output. Let's see what the size is. All right, it is 1920 by 1080, which I expected. It's let's see, it's 1 minute long. It is 60 frames per second. Here is the number of kilobytes per second, which is 40,292. Typically, you know, YouTube is maybe 8,000 to 10,000, and so you can kind of adjust your rendering from DaVinci Resolve to comply with YouTube's data rate. All right, if that's where you're going to post it. If you're going to post it somewhere else, you want to look up their data rate and try to match the data rate. Otherwise, they're going to just reduce the quality on you. All right, and this thing is let's see, it is 313 megabytes big, but it's only a 1 minute. All right, let's open it up, take a look. I'm going to just double click on it and use the Windows. Okay, that's the Windows, whatever it is, Windows Media. So here we go. So this is a DaVinci Resolve rendered out MP4. Okay, there, the little glitch there, I need to fix that. That's why I'm only doing a review now. All right, a pretty decent fly through here, not too fast, not too slow. All right, we're going to go into our roll. That was that kind of hit a wall there and stopped. And you know, we still don't have all of the frames in here because we're forging ahead here, even though all 4,200 frames haven't been rendered out. End titles. So there we go. All right. So that was pretty good. That was pretty good. All in all, that's pretty good. I'm happy with this. There's always things you can do better. Always. But it really depends upon just how far you want to take it. It also has a lot to do with what your destination is. I mean, if you want to sell this to the broadcast industry, you need to go back and do some more work. If you want to put it up on YouTube and say, look, you know, this was my first stab and I'm just learning and stuff like that, well, this might be okay to let go. All right. If you want to license something like this where other people will embed, then you need to pay attention to a lot more details about the, you know, about the whole thing. And you probably want to render it out as 4K. All right. And DaVinci Resolve does have the ability to upscale from, you know, something like this. Matter of fact, let me show you. So if I go to the edit page, which I'm on, DaVinci Resolve has the ability to upscale, and it does a really, really, really good job. Now we have to be careful here, all right? And because the upscaling may only be available in the studio version, the paid, $295 paid. If you want to produce 4K videos, you probably are going to need at least two things. You're going to need a pretty robust computer. The more cores you have, the better. An i7 with 4 cores might be just the bare minimum of what you need to make 4K videos. Now I'm talking about 4K videos. 4K videos would be 3,840 wide, 2160 vertical. That's a lot of pixels. DaVinci Resolve has the capability to handle that. Matter of fact, it can handle 8K, but you need a pretty robust computer in order to move into the 4K. Do your research. If you're headed for 4K, you're going to want a pretty robust computer in terms of the CPU, the amount of RAM, the speed at which the CPU is running, and you're almost definitely going to need a GPU of some decent capabilities. All right, that's if you want to do 4K. If you want to do 2K, 1920 by 1080, you can probably get by with a less computer, but again, the more you want to do in terms of resolution, the more PC capabilities you're going to need. And you might actually have to buy the studio version of DaVinci Resolve, which may actually be a very wise purchase on your part, depending upon what you want to do. So I just wanted to show you Superscale. So if I click on my video, and I come over to the inspector, right here, there is Superscale. I can turn that on, and this will actually scale this track up to, in this case, 2 times 1920, which would be 3840. All right, so you can superscale it up, and then when you come over to the delivery page, you can actually output this thing to where is it? 38. Where'd you go here? 3840, right here. All right, and you can see that there's even higher resolution than that. All right, so you can, and I think here's the point. You can build your animation over in Mandelbulb3D. You can render it as 1920 by 1080, bring it into DaVinci Resolve, edit it out, superscale it out, and then output from DaVinci Resolve a 4K video. So you can do all of that. When you move into 4K, you're going to need to pay more attention to the PC capabilities in terms of the CPU, the CPU clock rate, the number of threads, and a GPU. All of that's going to play into it. Otherwise, you may be in a situation where it will take you 6 hours to render out a 4K, and that's no fun either. Okay, but you can get by with less PC if you're only working in a 1920 by 1080, because nowadays 1920 by 1080 or 2K is simple and routine. All right, so we have ourselves an outputted MP4 1920 by 1080p at what was it, 40 kilobits per second data rate. Not bad, and that's a pretty good result for what we've done. Okay. All right, good stuff, good stuff. All right. Okay, so tell you what, let's end this session here. Let's come on back, and I want to show you how to drop an audio into your project. All right, now I just want to show you that, and then we'll start tidying this whole thing up, and we'll go from there. So come on back to the next session. I'll show you how to put a soundtrack into DaVinci Resolve project. All right, I'll see you there.